Old Dickinson County Commission regular meeting to order July 1st, 2024. Please first. August 1st, yeah. Thank you. Oh, sorry.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approve the agenda with 5 minutes for executive session is printed.
I'll second it.
And moved and seconded. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carried. Consent agenda, minutes of the 25th meeting, payroll of $396,077.84. Special check county attorney of $25. Nuisance energy wire of $467.14. 25 cents. Wow. Get my check in. And $14,445.32.
And that's utilities. I forgot to put that on there, sorry.
No, nice.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded with my mistakes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Commission comment, committee reports. Ron?
I just appreciate it. The rain we had last night. I'm glad no more damage we've got than we've seen. Some trees, but that's all I have.
Lynn?
No report.
At the work session this morning, Chauncey again reported a little bit about the conditions that happened at Fairground yet last night and what procedures we made in time to improve upon on them. Tim Hampton was in, our planning and zoning administrator was in and reported on the CUP before us today. And then we took a tour of the county clerk's office with Jeannie. Public comments, Janelle.
Commissioners, per the Open Meetings Act, KSA 75-4317 and 75-4318A, as the elected board, the county commission is not allowed to meet or make any decisions without posting the meetings. They are only allowed to act on items on the agenda which they set. During their regular meeting, the county commission may allow for public comments on items not listed on the approved agenda. If you wish to provide comments, please come forward to the podium and state your name and address. If you are online, raise your hand and we will unmute you. State your name and address. Each person may speak for 3 minutes. The allotted time will start after the speaker has given his or her name and address. Public comments shall be addressed to the county commission only and not to the speaker or the audience. Only the county commission will be permitted to ask the speaker questions. The public comment period is not a back and forth discussion with the county commission. You should make your views and input known to them, but is not a time to ask them questions. Do not expect them to respond to your comments. Comments may express support or agreement with the previous speakers, but in the interest of time, please do not repeat the same information. You may state something to the effect of your name and address, and I agree with the previous speaker. It is important to maintain a respectful, non-threatening atmosphere for anyone who would like to speak. Please do not engage in such actions as cheering, booing, clapping, insults, threats, etc.
Thank you, Jeannie. Anybody online that wants to make any comments?
Nobody has their hand raised.
Moving on then, the report. No?
Commissioners, it's very fortunate that we have an outstanding IT staff because one of our staff members, Alyssa Boss, is speaking at the MSAC, the Multi-State Informational Sharing and Analysis Center National Conference, and she's speaking regarding cybersecurity. The good thing is with the contacts she's made, this allows us to receive some additional discounts on software that we're utilizing for protection of our computer system programs that we're using. So the appraiser staff is continuing to do maintenance work out in the county. Good grief, that's being passed on to me, the tongue tangles. So they're doing that. So you'll see them out and about with that. Obviously, this is Fair Week, so EMS is on standby at the Central Kansas Free Fair, and our emergency manager has been out there as well. Emergency management and some CERT team members, which is our community response, emergency response team, attended some training last night before the weather incident. The highway department is Durapatching. They're filling in the driveways on the roads that we have done pavement overlays and chip seals. They are brooming also from the recent chip seal, mowing grass and blading roads from the rain. And like we talked about in the study session, we do have a sinkhole on Old 40 just near Abilene Machine that we are addressing. They have filled in what they can. We're getting locates, and then we'll work on a repair for that once we determine what's caused that. Traffic is still allowed, two-way traffic is still allowed, and it is marked. So, and then the fiscal 2025 budget hearing will be held on August 22nd, 2024 at 11:05 a.m. And that's all I would have.
Any questions from Commissioner Janelle? Councilor Doug Thompson.
One of the projects we've been working on, and we got the chance to bring this one together, was on the recovery. And we've been working with this one for some period of time, but we had Lawton Nuss come out, and he did an interview that we shot out at the museum, and that'll go out on national, and it was in regards to the ALG, and he's one of the board of directors of All Rise. And so I've been involved with the court system and the recovery for the drug court. And that's what he was working on, and it's on the ALG. So it'll go on the ALG. It'll be out, I think, probably next weekend. And that'll be a national release. And Lawton Nuss was the Chief Justice for the Kansas Supreme Court for a number of years. Was originally, when I first met him, he was an attorney out of Salina. And so he was kind enough to come out, and we worked on this one. And like I said, he's a director, one of the directors of All Rise. And the idea is this national organization working with recovery, court recovery from drugs. And so it was great to have him out, and that's what we're working on. I also got the opportunity to meet with the group that was headed out to Ellsworth to the prison. I was scheduled to be able to go out on Sunday, but I couldn't make it work on my schedule. But I got to meet with the directors and gave some input in regards to it. So they went to the prison at Ellsworth, and that's been a really good opportunity to go out and reach out to people who have made mistakes in their life in regards to the drugs, and encourage them to be successful when they get out and get released from there. So that's all I've got.
Any questions? Your last primary report for the primary election,
Yeah.
last year career.
Okay. We have had 323 early voters. We have sent out 170 permanent and single advances, and out of those, 65 have been returned. And today we start our election school. We'll have one this afternoon, and then we'll have one in the morning tomorrow and one in the afternoon. And one of the new things that we have done is that we have asked some youth to participate in helping with being board workers. And we put flyers out, and we got 4 18-year-olds that were interested. So we're going to have them help with the 2 at Abilene, 1 at Carlton, and 1 at Chapman. Early voting ends on August 5th at noon. And then we will have our demonstration at 4 on the 5th. And then August 6th is the election day, and the polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then we will have our canvass on August 15th here at 12:30. Yep, 12:30. And I just want to remind people that the photo ID is required, and it's the law that you have to show that. You have to show your photo ID and state your name and address when you come to vote.
Any questions for Jean? On your, that's next. Is anybody available to watch that or what is it?
Yeah, it's open to the public and we publish that in the paper. We publish it on Facebook and we have it on our website.
Thank you. Jean?
Mhm.
Notices and communications. Business of childcare. This is to summarize here. It's the director of the developmental services at Business Childcare. Seeing the challenges of communities face due to the lack of childcare. I'll give this to Janelle if she wants to follow up or anything on that. We got a letter from the Kansas Department of Health and Environment, Mark Reedy. Existing permit of 2,499 head, 960 animal units of swine less than no more than 55 pounds. Gee. Mark Robinson, existing permit for 600 animal units of cattle weighing greater than 700 pounds. And got a thank you from Lee and Randy Hearn for our against father-in-law. And then we got an invitation, a flyer from the 115th annual Chapman Labor Day parade over Labor Day. Introduction, consider resolutions, none. Unfinished business, none. Other business, approval of CUP 2405. Yep.
Tim Hamilton, Planning and Zoning Director. This is a conditional use permit to allow a single horse on less than 3 acres of land at the address of 2260 Fair Road. With the following conditions, the applicant must pull all necessary building permits for the proposed shelter for the animal. Conditional use permit stays with the current owner and expires upon sale of the property. If the horse is removed from the property for a period exceeding 30 days, the conditional use permit will expire. Basically, this was put for the Planning Commission at last month's meeting, and no public comments opposing it were heard. There was one concern that the animal would have shelter from one of the members of the public had been concerned because they saw it out there, and she said that she was waiting until she gets approved and then she'll pull a building permit for that. But other than that, I can answer any questions you all might have.
Any questions for Tim? Well, I know we had you in here earlier this morning at our work session and stuff, and then we had discussed this a week or two ago. I can't remember exactly when it was.
So Tim, the fencing and the health and stuff of the animal has been covered in your zoning regulations and they're good to go with that.
Yes, yes. Right now, like I had stated earlier at the study session, that we don't really require any kind of health requirements for any livestock coming in at the moment. That might be something we want to look at in the future on conditional use permits, but right now we don't enforce that.
So if there's like a second horse or something like that, that would not be in compliance.
Right, they would have to come for an additional horse. They would have to come.
Considered it, but you see the advertisement on Interstate where you can leave horses there or stable horses temporarily. I mean, that's a business type thing, so a whole different format.
That's a whole commercial format. They would have to go through a CUP on that too. That's I mean, if it's something if it's on less than 3 acres, because the way that we have it now in our zoning regulations, 3 acres is the minimum for any livestock.
Okay.
Motion.
I would make the motion that we approve the conditional use permit 24-05 for this property on 2260 Fair Road, and with the conditions that were outlined and brought to us. They have the building permit for proposed shelter. The permit expire upon sale of the property. And the horse, if it's removed from the property a period exceeding 30 days, this conditional permit will expire. So based on that, I would have make a motion for approval.
And a second? I second it. Any other discussion? Ron? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? 2-1. I'll make the motion that we go into executive session at 11:20. The purpose of non-elected personnel for 5 minutes and 20 minutes of attorney-client privilege consultation with our attorney.
Is there anyone else going to be in this?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I got it wrote down here. Doug Thompson, Janelle Rockendorf, Moss Rothschild, and Tim Hamilton will be in the attorney-client exception.
I'll second that.
What time?
Said
11:20. I said 11:20.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I want to make a couple mistakes myself. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Yeah. 4 minutes. We're not elected, Jeannie.
We got 2.5 minutes now.
Just the 3 commissioners for that piece of it.
Yeah. Mhm. What we're saying.
Huh? That's yours.
Yeah, 4 minutes after 11:24.
So it's 11:25
And then we'll just step into the,
for that.
Yeah.
At this time, I would make a motion that we return to regular session from executive session to resume.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded. Any other discussions? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
you want that?
No,
You got it?
no, I don't have it.
Okay.
I would make a motion to allow our county administrators, Neil Dockendorf, to enter into contract with Stinson Associates for legal services.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Anything else to come before the commission today? If not, all in favor of the motion I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second it.
Second, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. You can adjourn.
So. Can I have that? Yeah.